Okay, I'm sassy with the crowd. Say less if we ain't talking about the cash. My life, I put it all on blast. That's right, so I can show you the path.
Hello, and welcome back to my vlog. If you read the title, then you know that this is, I don't know, an update of sorts. I have been stuck up in this house for dang near 5 months. So I've had a lot of time to assess life, consider my path and where I want to go and what I want to experience and the things I want to do. So today's video, I am going to talk briefly about all of those things because I feel like I haven't done a life update here recently. We are all going through this mess of a pandemic, and we've all pretty much been sitting in the house and doing either everything and some of us doing nothing. And honestly, both things are perfectly fine. You cope how you feel you need to cope. The last few weeks for me have been a little bit hectic because I've actually gone back to work. I am back on set doing craft service. I'm actually back on set also doing food styling. That's something that I haven't done in ages. I want to say the last thing that I did food styling, if you don't know what food styling is basically the person who styles the food for commercials, for TV shows, for movies, and basically we make the food look appealing and delicious. Yeah, that's basically food styling in a nutshell. And so the last job that I did was in 2018. I did a food styling job for the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. And if you guys remember that vlog, I was in Vegas for 17 days, I think. I basically vlogged my entire experience while we were shooting this commercial. That was my last food styling job. So I picked up another food styling job thanks to my brother. And so that is pretty much what I've been doing over the last 2 weeks, just kind of getting back into the routine of working, because y'all, it was hard. It was hard because it's almost like, I don't know, there's still that underlying fear there. Even though I know that I'm fine, even though I know that for the most part I'm healthy, it's because I have an autoimmune disease, there's still that underlying fear that I'm more susceptible to this. But I've been trying to just keep myself healthy physically, but also mentally. I have not been inundating myself with stuff on the news, and I've just been being smart and just taking the approach that I, as a craft service vendor, have to take anyway because I'm handling food. I have to be hygienic when it comes to my craft service setup anyway. So I think it was just a matter of me sitting down and just realizing, like, look, you just keep doing the stuff you was doing before. Like, why you tripping? So I had a little bit of apprehension on jumping back out there, but I finally did work my first craft service job. It was drop off, so I didn't physically have to stay on set, but like I had to go through the whole process of getting tested and all of that stuff, which is never fun. I really, like, if they weren't strict before, they are definitely strict now with having additional people on set, with having cameras recording. They have COVID-19 officers on set now. So yeah, it's definitely been a process. And along with that, I have been running my Craft Service 101 online course where I help other people get into the industry and become craft service business owners and attendants. So that has honestly been probably one of the more stressful things, because with doing, like, actually organizing and managing craft service, I'm familiar with that. I've been doing that for 7 years. But this whole online learning environment thing is very new. It's very new, and it's allowing me to see that being in a teaching capacity or any capacity where you have information and people are coming in brand new, like, you literally have to hold people by the hand. And I have zero problem with doing that, but I am learning that I need to be more time efficient and time sensitive, because a lot of times when people have questions about things, like waiting 24 hours is sometimes not a good look, even though 24 hours is reasonable because I am still working. I have to understand that, again, this is a learning environment and people are counting on me to be available. And so I'm learning that the process, and I only have 6 students in my course, but that's 6 students. Yeah, I commend all the teachers out there because you guys are doing the Lord's work, honestly, truly. So I've been doing my online course, and I had to juggle that with my craft service job and all of the coordination that takes and that's needed, because again, for craft service, I'm prepping, I'm shopping, I'm still making sure that, you know, everything runs smoothly on set. And so yeah, so it's been a little bit of work, but I'm cut out for it. I'm actually excited because y'all, I was going stir crazy up in this house. So I'm happy to be back to work. I'm happy to get off of my jobs and come back home and, you know, answer questions from my students or follow up on things that, you know, that confuses them or whatever the case is. So yeah, so I've been doing that. And then also I've been doing a little bit of research because I've been looking at these videos, especially last year. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Year of Return that happened in Ghana, but basically the Year of Return was to get people from the diaspora to go back to Ghana and to celebrate the culture, to invest in Ghana, basically to infuse tourist dollars in Ghana. But now they have a new unofficial initiative, and I just learned this last night from a YouTuber that I watch here called Ivy Prosper. And she talked about Ghana's Year of Return, but she also talked more in depth about Beyond the Return, which is, like I said, this new unofficial initiative that the country of Ghana is doing in order to get people to actually learn about Ghana, invest in Ghana, and then help to restore certain aspects of like historical and cultural monuments, stuff like that. So I watched her video and I was really inspired. I've been researching Ghana probably for the entire last 5 months that I've been in the house. Now, for some of you who've been following me, you already know that Rwanda was on my radar before I got sick with my thyroid. I was just so motivated to not only go back to the continent of Africa, but to go to Rwanda, just because I'd watched, there's a particular YouTuber that I follow, and I was watching his journey as he opened up his business in Rwanda, and it was edifying, but it was just motivational. And so Rwanda was definitely on my list of places that I wanted to visit, and I was planning my trip, and then I got sick with my thyroid, and I had to divert those funds that I was going to use for my trip into moving back from the East Coast to California. That didn't work out as planned, but I am now planning a trip here in March to go visit Ghana, and then I also want to visit for a day. I want to visit Rwanda. My motivation for wanting to go to Ghana is because I do want to invest in Ghana. I want to buy land in Ghana. I want to give back to the continent of Africa. I want to be on the continent. And so I want to experience all of these things. And so this trip is going to be the launching pad for that, because it'll give me the opportunity to actually plant my feet in the soil and get there and just, I don't know, embrace the culture, take in the culture. I'm not going there as an American. I'm going there as a person who wants to learn more about the culture. I've been researching this. I've been planning my trip. I'm working with a travel agent now because things are kind of a little bit rocky because travel is still restricted. Non-essential travel is still restricted. And so we're trying to figure out how we can pull it off. Also, I have to wait for my daughter's passport because the passport offices are, they're working with less people, and so it's taking a little bit longer to get the passports out. It's a process, but I am trying to do everything that I need to do on my end to get it done. For those of you who have not gone out and got your real IDs, they're gonna make that, mandatory in September. So you wanna make sure that you have your real ID. Otherwise, you're gonna have to travel within the United States with a passport, which, if you can just go out and get your real ID from DMV, then I don't see why you wouldn't do that. But I do that now before the influx of people. In order to travel outside the country, you need a real ID. And I believe that's period. And then in order to travel inside of the country, I believe you can travel with your regular ID, but you would need your also need a passport or some type of identifying for, I believe, a passport. My health has been good. Now, my only apprehension is I do need a yellow fever vaccine. Now, I don't know how my immune system is gonna react to the yellow fever vaccine. If there's anybody out there who has an autoimmune disease and you've taken the yellow fever vaccine or any type of vaccine, I would love to hear your experience, if you had any side effects or whatever the case is, because that part I am a bit concerned about. So I was thinking of going next month and getting that done. I just don't want to have any crazy side effects because just things like I have a lot of food sensitivities, and so I just don't want anything kind of floating in my system that's going to trigger my thyroid to act an ass. So yes, please, if anybody in the comment section has any info for me, I would love to hear it. That's pretty much my update. I'm back working. I feel good. I'm healthy. And I'm trying to make moves. Y'all, I have put locks in my hair because I'm growing locks, or I'm locking my hair. It's not locked yet, but my locks, y'all know I started the quarantine bald head. This is my Tony Daily wig, so this is not my hair. But I have hair, my hair is locked, like I have hair. And I'll come back on and show you guys what they look like, but they're tiny. They're like micro locks. So that's another thing that's changed. But yeah, just making a lot of decisions that are going to better my quality of life, better the quality of life of my child. She graduates from high school this year. My plan is to potentially be in Africa, living maybe temporarily, maybe permanently, but getting there and living on the continent, whether that be in Ghana or Rwanda, and just taking in that experience, because I also want my daughter to have this experience as well. But I wanted to come and update you guys, let you know how I've been doing. I'm gonna get back to the regular vlog, so you will see me out working my business, doing craft service, my food styling jobs, because I am thinking of taking more of those, and just doing a lot more production work. Before, I was really intent on saving my money, the extra money that I made last year, and dedicating that money to purchasing a home here. But now I feel like I want to live abroad for a little bit. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna wait until my daughter is completely out of high school, but also she has a patisserie course that's 1 year that she wants to take. So if anything happens, it won't happen for at least 2 years. But in the meantime, I will be traveling to Africa. Of course, I will be vlogging that and taking you guys on that journey with me. And so I just wanted to come back and let you know that. So in the meantime and in between time, I will holla at y'all in the next one.
The grind every day, that's for sure. Gotta hustle, this LA, that's for sure. It's a grind every day, that's for sure. Gotta hustle, this LA, that's for sure.